What's up guys, welcome to That Freaking Geek, and this is the annual, the prestigious, the better than the Oscars Best Entertainment of the Year video. I'm going to be covering 3 categories from 3 different areas of entertainment, from TV series to movies to video games, and I'm going to be talking about what was the best from this past year. The 3 categories are, what are the most enjoyable movie, most enjoyable TV series, and most enjoyable video game. That's the one category. The other category is the kind of video game or movie or series that you probably haven't watched and you really should. And then lastly, it is the game of the year, the movie of the year, the TV series of the year. What is it? Well, for me, I haven't played and watched a heck of a lot this year, but I still think that these are probably going to be, no matter what else I watch, going to probably be the kind of prestigious, the best of the year. And did yours make the list? I don't know, but let's find out and let's get right into it, starting off with what was the kind of most enjoyable entertainment of the year. Since the inception of video games, they were designed to be, had fun with. And there were lots of games that came out, and some of them fun, some of them maybe not as fun. But this is the category that I really cherish, because for me the most important thing about a video game is how much fun it was. And I have to give the video game for the most fun this year to Resident Evil Village. And you're asking yourself, Alec, what do you mean? Isn't that a game where you just get scared all the time? How was that fun? My favorite genre of video game is psychological horror. It has to be survival horror. That, for me, I love playing those types of games. The edgy stuff, the stuff where you're feeling scared, you're feeling intense, going, will I survive this moment? I really enjoy that, and Resident Evil Village has oodles of it. There are so much moments where you're feeling like, will you have enough bullets to take on the next area, to take on the next villain? The amount of just detail in the game is so incredible. It is a great representation of games coming out this year. It is looking really, really good. The atmosphere is awesome. And of course, everyone remembers Big Vampire Lady. She was fantastic in the game. And just overall, just a great survival horror video game. And so that is my most enjoyed video game of the year. There were a lot of TV series that came out this year, and I have access to things like Disney Plus, Netflix, and not so much Amazon, and I do have also access to Showmax, and so my TV series watching wasn't as vast as previous years. However, I do think that my choices still stand, and starting off with the most enjoyable TV series, I have to give that to, of course, the one and only WandaVision. WandaVision kicked off the MCU series, and it was absolutely fantastic. It was really was a treat to the eyes, as they kind of went through all the different time periods, every episode offering a new look at not necessarily time periods, but time periods within TV series, kind of going classic to kind of the 90s to the today TV series. And WandaVision really did that, really did a good job. Wanda and Vision, obviously the name, were fantastic main characters, and it was trying to figure out what is going on, what is making it so that these two are stuck in all these various types of TV series. The story was really interesting. You kind of get captivated from the beginning right to the end, and it really set kind of a new era of what the MCU is going to look like going forward. You never thought a series would do that, but this one did, and I cannot wait for season 2, or in this case, the next Doctor Strange movie, because I think that's where it's going to take off. But if you haven't watched it, I really do recommend it. It is a lot of fun to watch.
We are an unusual couple, you know.
Oh, I don't think that was ever in question.
Movies. There were tons of them that came out this year, but what was the movie that was the most fun? Well, it is a movie that literally came out this weekend. It is a movie that everyone should be watching, and probably is watching. Of course, I'm talking about the third Tom Holland Spider-Man No Way Home. And oh my gosh, I'm not going to spoil anything here. I'm just gonna say you have to watch this. It is the movie event of the year, and I cannot recommend it enough. If you love Spider-Man, you're gonna love this. If you don't even love Spider-Man, you might be a little bit confused, but still go watch it because it's so much fun. It nails all the jokes, the acting is awesome, and there really is some great story beats that make this one of the best Spider-Man movies, like hands down. Like Spider-Man 2, watch out, because you might have a new kind of big Spider-Man movie to kind of like go up against. But if you have not watched it, go and watch it. If you can find a ticket, good job. But I think it was the movie event of the year, and is the most enjoyable movie.
You're not Peter Parker.
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Dr. Otto Octavius.
Moving on to the next category. In this one, I'll be talking about movies, TV series, and a video game that I think people are not watching, people are not playing, people are not experiencing. Starting off with a video game that I think more people should be playing or didn't get enough attention. Even though it doesn't deserve maybe the most prestigious award, it does deserve some love, and I am talking about Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. When it was announced by Square Enix, a lot of people were kind of worried that it might be like that terrible Square Enix Avenger game. I have to say, ignore that Avengers game. This game is fantastic. It is a story-driven, really great video game that focuses on the 5 Guardians of the Galaxy. You play as not as Drax, not as Groot, not as Rocket, not as Gamora, but instead you play as Peter Quill. And it is a third-person action game as you kind of team up with your various teammates and kind of action them to do various, throw this here, cut this person, blow this person up. It is really cool in the dynamic in the way that you kind of, do all that. But what makes this game so good is the story. The narrative is absolutely detailed and is something that actually brought a tear to my eye in one of the moments. It is written so well, and you kind of make some choices as well in the game. It is kind of one of those kind of narrative where you are kind of dictating how the narrative goes. And so I thought it was really done really well. I am looking forward to the next one. And yeah, guys, just if you haven't played it, please go play it. Please. Moving on to a TV series I think not enough people are watching. I am talking about the Netflix TV series Midnight Mass, made by the guy behind The Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor. Mike Flanagan is, in my opinion, at his best in Midnight Mass, with fantastic acting and a story that really keeps you on the edge of your seat. It starts off a bit slow, but by the end you can't believe what happens to this small little town on this tiny island where a priest out of nowhere comes in and takes over the local Catholic church. But things go really, really sour very quickly, and I really do recommend it. It is literally one of the best TV series. I almost made it the best TV series of the year for me. Some really good acting, some great writing, and a character that might as well be Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter, because she is someone you want to go punch in the face. So go watch it and then have someone new that you want to punch in the face with. Movies came out this year, but there's probably some movies that you didn't go watch, and one in particular I think people were, I don't know why, it is an epic movie, but some people didn't go watch it, because I kind of asked around going, oh, have you ever seen this? Oh, I did, and then some people like, I didn't because of blah 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 blah, whatever the reason is. Some people didn't go see this, and I really want to just make sure that people who have seen it, I'm happy for you guys, but the people who haven't, even if it's small, you need to go see it. And then of course I'm talking about the new Warner Brothers movie Dune, starring everyone's favorite Timothy, and of course Zendaya's in it for like 3 minutes, but she's in it, I promise. And the whole movie, the reason why it is fantastic, it is a cinematic masterpiece. It is shot so beautifully. It is everything you would want out of a cinematic experience, and I cannot recommend it enough. Unfortunately, it's probably not in cinemas anymore, and so you can't really go watch it, and so I recommend you go and buy yourself the biggest TV and then watch it and then return the TV, because those things are expensive. But I do recommend you try and watch it on the biggest screen possible. Don't watch it on your phone. I mean, if you have to, fine, at least you get to watch it. But yeah, go do the TV thing, because I think that's smart. But yeah, the movie is great, and I recommend you go watch it. Moving on to the most prestigious part of the video, that of course is the best video game, the best movie, the best TV series of the year, in my opinion. That's why I got my not so suit and tie to come up and deliver to you what I think was the very best from this past year. Starting off with video games. Now, there were lots of choices, and that's why I kind of gave Guardians of the Galaxy and Resident Evil Village their own moments, because those were probably potentially the best that I think that the year had to offer, but they weren't the best. And of course, there were some other really good ones, such as Kena Bridge of Spirits, Hitman 3, and of course, Far Cry 6. But those games just didn't make it. Instead, I'm going to give it to the PlayStation exclusive Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. It is a love letter to people who really enjoy platformers. And it is fantastically good looking. Like, guys, this is the reason to get a PS5 right now. And if you have a PS5 and you haven't played it yet, don't know what you're doing with your life. You need to sort it out and play it, because it looks gorgeous. It is so much fun, and the action is so jam-packed with awesome weapons. This is really a great reason to just pick up your controller and just enjoy some Ratchet & Clank. It is really good.
Dr. Nefarious just crowned himself Emperor of this dimension.
We've got to get him and us out of here. But without the Dimensionator...
I think we have to build a new one.
If you have not played it and you have a PS5, I don't know what you're doing with your life. I would recommend you go see a psychologist, because something's not right. It is a fantastic game, and I really do recommend it, because at the end of the day, it is my game of the year. Congratulations, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Insomnia Games. You can follow me now. I don't know. There's no award to give you, but yeah, congratulations. Moving on to TV series. There were some fantastic TV series that came out this year. Some I haven't watched, but I do think that my choices were probably some of the best. And of course, I have given some love to WandaVision and some love to Midnight Mass. Both of those in their own rights deserve to be watched, but they didn't take the crown. Other series that didn't take the crown that I thought I would mention here quickly, and that of course is Loki, What We Do in the Shadows, and of course Squid Game. You can't talk about the best TV series unless you mention the biggest TV series of all time, Squid Game. That was big, but it didn't take my crown. Instead, my crown is going to Ted Lasso.
The Ted Lasso welcome wagon has arrived.
Ted Lasso was so amazing, so funny, so well written that it takes the cake for best TV series of the year. It is really, really great, and if you have Apple kind of TV Plus, that's where you can watch it. If you don't, like seriously, like go get the free trial and just watch those seasons of Ted Lasso, because it's so good. And this year's season just took it to the next level. Everything about it, in my opinion, was perfect. It is the perfect TV series. It's not too long, not too short, really funny, really heartwarming, full of like emotional roller coaster moments. It is great, and I really do recommend it. And it is my 2021 TV series of the year. Congratulations, Apple. Please send me free stuff.
All right, let's go kick their butts.
Butts on free.
Works for me. 1, 2, 3. Butts!
To end off this video, I'm going to be talking about the movie of the year. The movie that puts all other movies this year to shame. Okay, there were some great movies that came out this year, such as, like I mentioned before, the cinematic masterpiece that is Dune, and the movie event of the year, Spider-Man No Way Home. And some honorable mentions. There's the Netflix Andrew Garfield movie, Tick, Tick, Boom. There's the other big Marvel movie, Shang-Chi. That was really good, way better than I thought it would be. And of course, there was the other film, the best animated film in my opinion from the year, which is The Mitchells vs. the Machines. That's also on Netflix. I really do recommend you go watch that. But the movie that takes all other movies straight out, of course, it is The Suicide Squad.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Had to go number 2.
Good to know.
Is this thing a dog?
Oh my god, is it a werewolf?
Yo, they sent me next to a werewolf? Yo, let me out!
Hey, he's not a werewolf, okay? He's a weasel.
He's harmless. I mean, he's not harmless. He's killed 27 children, but, you know.
James Gunn did a fantastic job with Guardians of the Galaxy, and he was like, I'm going to come and take that formula and kind of put it into DC, because they fired him for a little bit, like 6 months. He wasn't really part of Marvel, and so he went up to DC. He was like, I'm going to make a great movie there. And in my opinion, he was given like complete creative reign to make, in my opinion, one of the best DC films I have seen since Christopher Nolan's movies. It was so good. It rivals the best DC films, and this was, of course, The Suicide Squad. There's fantastic writing. The kind of jokes land every single time. The character development, you'd think with all these various characters that some of them would get lost. Nope. Every character gets given the love and attention it deserves, and that makes for a fantastic ensemble full of misfits. It is really good, a bunch of villains coming together to save the world, and it is done fantastically, and it's done with style, all thanks to James Gunn. It is really well done. Well done, James Gunn. You definitely deserve this win for, in my opinion, the movie of the year. But was it yours? I'm sure that ruffled some feathers. Some people going, oh no, it has to go to Spider-Man. Oh, that movie was good. But I have to give it to James Gunn's Suicide Squad. And what about my other choices? Do you agree with them? Well, maybe you should go in the comment section and argue with me. Or agree with me. I think you're going to agree with me. Because in my opinion, I think I'm right. But maybe you don't think so. But that is it from me from this episode, from That Freaking Geeks, best entertainment of 2021. It was a great year, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.